It's the night before Halloween. Everything is black and dark outside. It's becoming mysteriously misty. But inside here, we've got the makings of witch's stew. Everything is ready to start the brew. Frying pan to brown the meat, the stew, garlic, salt, black pepper, black pudding, black gold, traditional Scottish milk stout, Tennant's sweetheart stout to add to the brew and the stew with oil, Worcestershire sauce, and Irish beef rump tails, just what the witch ordered. Now let's start the preparation. So we've got 8 kilos of Irish rump tail. We cube it, small bite-sized chunks, but not too small. 8 kilos, allow about 8 ounces per person, and that means there's enough for maybe 30 folk. We don't know how many people will be flying by on their broomstick tomorrow night at Halloween, so best cater for as many as we can. The gravy will be made later with onion and beef bouillon, but now the beef needs browned in a little bit of sunflower oil or olive oil either, fried off in the frying pan, and then put in the pot to simmer with a little water. The black pudding slice, that there, we'll put in towards the end once the meat is browned. And I should have added, in homage to Keith Floyd and his tradition as a top quality chef, I've got a bottle of Edinburgh based Innis & Gunn to quaff whilst waiting for the meat to brown. The first batch of beef is browning nicely. Then we'll tip that, leaving the juice in the frying pan, into the large pot, which has got a bottle of the black gold stout at the bottom, gently heating just now. When you put the meat into the pan, add a little bit of sea salt on top. So it means that no need to put more salt into the big pan. That's the next batch of beef in the frying pan. First lot just slowly warming up in the bottom of the pot. Don't want to bring this to the boil, just let it simmer nicely. And I think this time we'll put some bay leaves in just to keep the witches happy. Hi, back again. Another pan even, of meat is starting to brown. We've got 2 or 3 doses of brown meat in the bottom of the pot now. Of course, you can save time if you just buy bags of stew or get your butcher to cut it up. Personally, I prefer cutting up the meat myself because I can take out sinew or bits of fat. Catch you in a bit. And remember, when you're chopping or handling raw meat, I'm using my red board for raw meat, red handled knife. Avoid the cross contamination, and every time you finish cutting meat to do something else, wash your hands good soap, give them a good wash, dry off. The towel you're using, dish towels harbour germs, so just keep it for a short time and then bring out a fresh one. Now the big pot of stew is starting to get up to heat. We can add some Worcester sauce into this. I could put beef bouillon into it. I'll wait and see how it is once it's all cooked off. And also we'll put some bay leaves in once I've cooked some more beef as well. Well, back again and onto our next 4 kilo bag of beef stew. And the Witch's Brew stew is simmering away nicely. You can see through the steam. It's nice and dark. There's now 2 bottles of stout put into it. No beef bouillon. A little bit of garlic, some salt on the beef, and carry on doing the browning of the stew until we're finished, and then some bay leaf. Probably enough liquid in there just now. So put the lid on and just let it simmer gently. An hour to 2 hours. Well, that's the last pan of beef to brown off. Don't underestimate how long it takes. It does take a while. That's me to, must be about 3 hours, so in a 7-minute film production it seems to be going on for hours, which is why one partakes of a little red wine or beer or whatever, just to pass the time, of course. Beef itself is cooking away nicely. Smells fine. Might put some black pudding into it after this load goes in. And then we've got some pork and beef sausage, which will double up as toad's legs for Halloween. More soon. Well, that's the frying done. Everything's browned off, pardon the noise in the background. And there we have the Witch's Stew with black pudding on the top, bay leaves, stew, 2 bottles of the beer, sweet stout, another bottle of beer. Oh, I don't know, should I drink it or should it go in there? Who knows? I'll leave this simmering for an hour and we'll check it again. Well, here we are. It's been this, how long now? 4 hours? Maybe more. Cooking nice and slowly. The black pudding mixed in with the beef rump steak, and now pork and beef sausage in amongst it, which I'll leave simmering, put the lid back on, and it'll simmer in the steam probably for another hour, and then I'll put it off.